Hello folks, and welcome to another countdown, my top 10 least favourite Pokemon. Now I should say, with the list of reasons here, some of them are, some of them are related to the community, how, they do things and everything. Or, mostly the bad side of the community, and a lot of them are mostly my opinion and really just how things went with those Pokemon. There is a couple that have got multiple Pokemon in the same slot, but that'll be for reasons that I come across as well. But yeah, enough of this. Let's get on to number 10. And at number 10 we have Voltorb and Electrode. The reasons why we have Voltorb and Electrode at 10 for one of my least favourite Pokemon is there's two reasons. One, unfortunately, Voltorb does fall in the category of the Pokemon that the Gen 1ers are all up in arms against, saying that they're the best single-handedly. Even though this is literally just a Pokeball turned upside down. The other reason is, along with Pokemon like Persian and Jolteon and other things like that were really fast back in 1st Gen, he could crit so often. So, yeah, you've got buffed up defense to the max. Oh yeah, he's just gonna crit you right through that anyway. Doesn't matter. So, yeah. On to number 9, and this one's gonna strike up a bit of controversy. For number 9, we have Mega Mewtwo X and Y. The whole reason that I do not like Mega Mewtwo is, and not Mega Rayquaza and things like that, is Mega Mewtwo is the one that started off the power play, as I call it, with almost 800 base stat. That makes him the highest base stat Pokemon in any game, along with Mega Rayquaza now and la-di-da-di-da. But he started off this trend. The reason why I don't like this is gonna start throwing the balance of the game out the window. Cough cough, Mega Rayquaza, with his absolutely badass stats and his ability and everything, making him absolutely banned in Ubers and things like that. Sure, Cerebi and whatnot will take care of that kind of stuff, but if you're not playing with Cerebi rules and everything, you could beat him, yes, but it could be hard because of his base stats and everything. I like normal Mewtwo because he's a lot more balanced, but these power play Pokemon I just do not like. To me, it's starting to throw the balance off, and who knows what they'll do with Perfect Form Zygarde, and I did make a note of that in the thing as well. So yeah, who knows what will happen with that. Anyway, number 8. Number 8 is Execute, but also Silcoon / Cascoon, because I cannot remember who made this happen to me. As you'll know, I've played Diamond quite a bit, because I can put it on my DS, I can play it anywhere, I can play Randomizer, I can use cheats on the vanilla ones if I wanted. I could do anything I want. And before I got randomizers and everything on my game, I would use a cheat to encounter the Pokemon I wanted and have 100% catch rate and build up a certain team that I was going to try and run through the game with. In this particular one, I remember it pretty well. I was using Pokemon that Ash has used. Execute was one of them. He had Uproar at the time, his strongest move. When I used Uproar on a Cascoon or Silcoon in Eterna Forest, something weird happened and no one's believed me. But because it was so long ago and whatever, I don't have a screenshot, unfortunately. But I really don't understand what happened. I had all cheats off at this point. Okay? What happened is I used Uproar, then just a second. Yeah, what happened was I used Uproar and it said, "Execute awoke the bad egg." So that was already pretty, what the hell was going on? I'd heard of the bad egg before at that point, but I'd never seen it activate in this kind of manner. My game had frozen as well on that text screen. I loaded up the game again and I was like, okay, I do not want to continue this save file. I'm just going to delete it and I'm going to start a different one. Never touched that data again since. Anyway, number 7. Number 7 is Kingdra. Now, anyone who's played Gold, Silver, Crystal, Heart Gold, or Soul Silver will know Kingdra. More specifically, Claire's Kingdra. That damn smoke screen and all that. Not only the fact that it's pretty bulky back in those games as well. So, it has smoke screen, which will spam the living daylights out of. It's pretty tanky. Combined with the fact, it only had one weakness in those games. Dragon. You've got a pretty big battle on your hands with this thing. And I just saying just now, I do not have Miltank on this list. So, yeah. Because I actually like Miltank. Miltank was easy for me to beat as well with self-destruct. There wasn't as big a thing for me because he probably would have one-shot me anyway. Anyway, on to number 6. In slot number 6 is Feebas and Milotic. The reason why these are one of my more hated Pokemon is because, well, of course we have Cynthia, who uses Milotic. However, that's not the only reason. Back in the day, I couldn't trade. As in, there wasn't, I couldn't go onto Wi-Fi or whatever. My friends weren't playing Pokemon at the time, la da da da. But that's not the only reason why I hate this Pokemon. Before 5th generation, as it says here, you had to level it up when its beauty stat was high enough. As someone who absolutely hates competitions, or contests rather, I never got its beauty stat high enough. That, and also I hated making puffins and all that stuff. So I never really focused on anything to do with contests at all. But mind you, at that point you would have had to have a Feebas to evolve. At least 5th gen, you could go into the water and catch one like that. But if you're breeding it, no. I would never be able to make one. Thankfully now in 6th gen I have 2 DS's, so I can trade them myself. But just for all that time before, I could not evolve them, and I wanted one. So, yeah. Anyway, number 5. In the number 5 slot, we have Abra. Abra, as everyone will know, teleports the first turn of battle. So, that's already pretty annoying. If you don't have quick balls, you're not going to catch one, unless you are really lucky or have a Pokemon with an ability that stops them from escaping. But at the start of the game, you normally don't have that. Also, with the fact that he's got a really high special attack stat for being such a, let's see. Yeah, like 105 base stat for special attack at the early game. In Diamond, if you're facing the 2 people that are in the trainer school, or just any other person that has an Abra, they have hidden power. And with hidden power, it always seems to be super effective against me. And I have no clue why. I mean, like, I brought in a Sneasel, okay, super effective. Brought in a Ghost, Wait, super effective again? But this is an entirely different playthrough. So that's why Abra is one of my lesser favourites as well. His later forms, at least, they don't have hidden power, and they're a lot easier to catch, assuming they aren't as such a level as to still no teleport. But at least they won't use it first turn unless they're being a douche. Anyway, number 4, and I'm sure anyone that's played Pokemon Battle Revolution or just played random online battles will know this feeling. Number 4, we have the infamous Darkrai. Anyone who's played on Battle Revolution, or even just faced the Smeargle with it, will know that Dark Void is so annoying. Dark Void putting both your Pokemon to sleep, or all 3 of them if you're in triple battle, putting them all to sleep, and yeah, high accuracy as well. You can miss, but still high accuracy and all that. It is really annoying. Coupled with the fact that he's fast, and Smeargle is also fast, you're going to have someone with Vital Spirit or Insomnia to stop that from happening. And if you wanted it in Diamond, Pearl or Platinum, well, you're out of luck. You're going to need an event. At least for the later games, the event actually came out. In Diamond, Pearl and Platinum, some of the events didn't come out. Or if, for some people, it might not have come out at all. None of them. I can't remember. It's been so long since those events. But, yeah. Anyway, on to slot number 3. We have Digtrio in slot number 3. For the same reasons that Abra, which I forgot about, Execute and Voltorb and Electrode are, it's a victim of the Gen 1ers. But that's not the only reason. For my personal reason, if you went into Diglett's cave at the start of the game, back in red or blue or yellow, you'd have been thinking, okay, it should be about the same level, huh? At that point in the game, Diglett, yeah, he was about your level. Digtrio, nope, he was vastly higher leveled. If you managed to catch one though, the gym battle was just a walk in the park. But if you didn't manage to catch one, and you were going through the cave and you just constantly ran into these guys, no. They were fast, so you wouldn't be able to run as effectively. If you were in yellow and you had Pikachu in the party, Pikachu was absolutely gosh damn useless. Except for a quick attack. So yeah, Digtrio, if you were going through Diglett's cave, he was just not a nice thing to find, unless you were actually looking for them. And with that low catch rate, well, catching him wasn't the easiest thing, especially as you couldn't paralyze. If you had sleep powder on Butterfree or something though, you were laughing, as long as he didn't kill you first. Because normally these things would have Slash as well, I believe. But yeah. On to number 2, which is, spoiler alert, the last first gen Pokemon. And in the number 2 slot, we have Jolteon. Also being a victim to the Gen 1ers, that's to be expected. The other problem I have with him is, when I was playing through Pokemon Yellow, all the time, he would outspeed my guys, for the same reason as Voltorb and Electrode. So he would crit quite a bit as well back in first gen. The other issue I have with it is, I always had trouble with him. Because he would do, he would have high power. If you bet your rival through every single one of the, if you bet the rival all the time through the game, he would have this. If you failed specific battles, he would have either Flareon or Vaporeon. But if you were good enough to beat him in all the other battles, he would have this monster waiting for you. And being his highest level Pokemon, this is Pokemon Yellow exclusive as well, by the way, you were not in for a good time. So, yeah. He's still not too bad today, actually. Because I've seen some pretty nice ones out there. I'm looking at you, Chivy. Anyway, number 1. For anyone who's played Black, you'll know Team Plasma. If you know Team Plasma, you'll know they love their Watchogs. And if you know me, I'll probably have said it at one point, Watchog is my nemesis. All throughout Black and White. From the first Watchog you find, as soon as you get to, you know, I can't remember the city, but it's the city where there's the gear station and you get the bike. Just before Dustvale. Or Driftvale, rather. From that first battle, they'll have Hypnosis. And throughout the whole main story, pretty much, they'll have Hypnosis. Grunts will be using him like candy. And every damn time I faced them, Hypnosis, Hypnosis, Hypnosis on everything I had. Sigilyph, Boldore, who I had at the time, all kinds of Pokemon. I didn't use Victini, actually. I thought, yeah, he's a legend, he'll make things too easy, so no, I didn't use him. Can't remember the rest of my team, but Sigilyph and Boldore, they were the two main ones I remembered. That's one, Yamask / Cofagrigus. So, yeah. They would outspeed me or just live an attack and then put me to sleep constantly, and that's how he earned the nickname of my Nemesis. However, I did get my revenge on them. In the 400-500 hours I spent training in the Dream Yard to get my guys up to high level, you know, well, level 50, primed for battles against my friends, they didn't have Hypnosis. In fact, they didn't have an attack that could hit a ghost type, period. So I would just switch in Chandelure and annihilate him with Inferno or something. Oh, the revenge I got on my Nemesis. But yeah, that's been the list. Just to go over once more. Voltorb / Electrode for slot number 10. Mega Mewtwo, both forms, for slot 9. Execute, Cascoon and Silcoon, either one of the two, I can't remember who it was in that situation, for number 8. Number 7 is Kingdra. Number 6 is Feebas and Milotic. Number 5 is Abra. Number 4 is Darkrai. Number 3 is Digtrio. Number 2 was Jolteon. And of course number 1 is my Nemesis, Watchog. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time.